Biology's 18th chapter, Transport in Plants, का Neet city questions. Or so let us start. So first, before I going to city questions or need or say any questions of this chapter, first we have to know little bit basics of this chapter. First we'll remember what all we have learnt in this chapter before basics. Then we'll go to the explanation. Means then we'll go to this chapter. Okay. So transport in plants. So there are different types of transport, whether they may be water relations in plants, the transport of water, minerals, nutrients, organic nutrients, and growth hormones. Growth hormones is very much important. So if we take a shorter distance, these components are transported through diffusion of cyclosis. Through diffusion of cyclosis, the transportation in plants happens with these water, nutrients, these energies going into the plants. For longer distances, the process of transport is done through vascular tissue system. So through vascular tissue system, the transport is done as you learned in this chapter before. So now if you see and the types of transport is diffusion is the first type of transport in which it is the only along the concentration gradient carries proteins and ATP are not needed. So their proteins and ATP carrier are not needed. Carrier proteins and ATPs are not needed. So diffusion rate is affected when by its temperature, pressure gradients of concentration and membrane permeability. On this, the diffusion it is affected. So next is the facilitated diffusion. The next is facilitated diffusion. In that concentrated gradients, concentration gradients and carrier proteins or carrier proteins, they are both are essential, and but they don't have metabolic energy like ATP. It is not needed ATP and other things. Active transport. Next is active transport. So it is done against the concentration gradient. They have carrier proteins and ATP. They are very much essential for this active transport. Next is the symport. So when two molecules are transported in the same direction, then we call it as symport. Next is antisymport. Sorry, antiport. When two molecules are transported in the opposite direction, then we call it as antiport. Uniport, it is independent transport of single molecule. It is a transport of only one single molecule. Next is plant water relation. So cytoplasm is in plants. The cytoplasm that is present in the plants, it contains around 75% of the water, as you know, you learned in this chapter. Next, the herbaceous plants have only 10 to 15% of the fresh weight and dry matter, and hydrophytes have 98% of water content. Xerophytes have 60% of water content. Watermelon has 92% of water content, and a mature corn plant absorbs 3 liters of water daily, and mustard plant it absorbs water equal to its own weight in 5 hours. Equal to its weight in 5 hours, it absorbs the water. So next, now if we come to Neet material, the first question, if we see here, they have asked plant absorbs water from soil through from where plant absorbs the water from the soil, they have asked. Okay, so I'll give you a time here, 1 minute time. You only first try to answer, then I will say the answer. So plants, as you know, plants it absorbs the water from soil through the root hair. So therefore, root hair is the answer. Option B is the answer for this question. Okay. Now let us come to next question. That is question number two. Long distance transport of sap is done by. So long distance transport of sap is done by option A meristematic tissue, option B cytoplasmic streaming, option C vascular tissue, option D diffusion. So let us see what is the correct answer. First, you tell. I will give you 1 minute time, so you also write answer. So the long distance transport of sap is done by vascular tissue, as you learned there, where in starting I was explaining a short note I was giving there in this vascular tissue as transports the more food and minerals to the plants, as I said. Long distance transport, so therefore option C, the vascular tissue, is the correct answer for question number 2. Now let us come to question number 3. What is the type of transportation in xylem? So now we learned what is the in starting what we learned. So whether it may be ambio, amphibolic or unidirectional or descending or bidirectional. Which one is the correct answer? You have to say. Now only in starting I explained what it is. So, as you know, in starting I said the, the transportation that happens in the xylem it is unidirectional. So, therefore, option B, unidirectional, is the correct answer for question number 3. Now, let us come to Next question, that is question number 4. So in this they have asked organic matter synthesized in the leaves is transported to the stems and root for the purpose of for what purpose the organic matter that is synthesized in the leaves is transported to the stems and roots. Option A for upward transport they asked, or option B for usage, or option C for storage, or option D for both. B and C both usage and storage. So which one is the correct answer? You have to tell. So therefore the correct answer for question number 4 is option D. That is both B and C, because it also does organic matter synthesis in the leaves is transported to the stem and root for the purpose of its usage and also for storage also. So therefore option D, that is B and C both are correct, is the correct answer for question number 4. Next is question number 5. They are asked, how are growth hormones transported in plants? Will it transport in plants like bidirectional, or like polar, or like amphibolic, or bipolar? How it is transported in growth hormone is transported in plants? So the correct answer for question number 5 is polar. So the growth hormones transported in plants, in polar region, it transports the growth hormones are transported in the plants. Next question number 6. What is incorrect for diffusion? So for diffusion, which one is incorrect? Option A, it is along with the contraction gradient. Option B, it is an active transport. Option C, if it is a passive transport, or option D, no energy is utilized. So which one is correct answer for an incorrect answer for diffusion? You have to tell. So the correct answer for question number 6, sorry, incorrect means the correct answer for question number 6, what is incorrect for diffusion, is it is option B, it is an active transport. So it is an active transport, it is an wrong. Okay, so it is not an active transport, so therefore option B is the answer for question number 6. Next is question number 7. Facilitate diffusion requires what saturation, pressure, energy, or gradient? So the correct answer for 30 or 7, that is gradient. So facilitate diffusion, it requires gradient. So therefore option D is the correct answer for question number 7. Next is question number 8. Facilitate diffusion depends on. So facilitate, now in before question they have asked what is facilitate, means facilitate diffusion requires what they have asked. Now here they are asking facilitate dead diffusion depends on what? Will it depends on molecular size, pressure, number of molecules, concentration. So therefore the correct answer that is the facilitate diffusion, it depends on molecular size. So therefore option A is correct answer for question number 8. Now let us come to our next question, that is question number 9. So in question number 9 they are asked plasma membrane has one of the following as the main component. So in the four components that they have given here, in this which one is the component that is plasma membrane has? When option A, will it has sugar, option B, will it has protein, option C, will it has lipid, or option D, will it has the complex protein? So therefore the correct answer for question number 9 is option C. So plasma membrane has one of the following as the main component. The following that has plasma membrane has main component is lipid. So next is question number 10. Which of the following solute is transported rapidly across the plasma membrane? Option A, that which is soluble in protein, or that which is soluble in both in liquid lipids and proteins, or option C, that which is insoluble in lipids, or that which is soluble in lipids. So which one is the answer? So you have to say. So therefore the correct answer for question number 10 is, they have asked which of the following solutes is transported rapidly across the plasma membrane. So soluble, that which is soluble in lipids. So that which is soluble in lipids, that is for transported across the transported rapidly across the plasma membrane. Next, let us come to next question. That is question number 11. So what are porins made up of, and what is their function? So what is the function, what are porins made, and what is its function, they have asked. So option A, made up of lipids and passes solutes through the membrane, or option B, made up of proteins and allows the passage of large size proteins like molecules, made up of sugar and checks the passage of micromolecules, or made up of proteins and checks the passage of large sized proteins like molecules. Which one is the correct answer? Let us see. So the proteins that are made up of the proteins made up of proteins and and allows the passage of large size proteins like molecules is the correct answer for question number 11. So let's come to next question, that is question number 12. What helps the passage of hydrophilic solutions through the plasma membrane? Option A, there is proteins in the membrane. Option B, that is lipids in the membrane. Option C, that is sugars in the membrane. Option D, that is inhibitors in the membrane. So therefore, the correct answer for question number 12 is option A. Protein in the membrane helps in the passage of hydrophilic solutes through the plasma membrane. Next, question number 13. What is helpful in the active transport? So, what helps in the active transport? They have asked. Option A lipids, option B inhibitors, membrane, option C membrane proteins, or option D ADP. So the correct answer for question number 13 is option C membrane protein. So membrane protein is helpful in the active transport. Next question number 14. What is incorrect for active transport? Active transport it takes place with the help of membrane protein. Option B energy is not utilized. Option C it is along the concentration gradient. Option D none of the above. So therefore the correct answer for question number 14 is option C. It is along the concentration gradient. So next question. Sorry, here 14th that is option A. It takes place with the help of membrane protein. It is the correct answer for active transport, not option C. Sorry. Next is question number 15th. In active transport, what will happen when all the protein transporters are being used? When we use all the protein transporters in the active transporter, what will it happens? They have asked. Option A will transport rate becomes minimum, or option B will transport rate is not affected, or option C transport rate reaches maximum, or option D transport will stop. Which one is the correct answer? You have to say. So therefore the correct answer for 15th question is transport. In active transport, transport will stop when all the protein transporters are being used. So option D is the correct answer for question number 15. Next, let us come to question number 16. So, carrier proteins in the membrane are sensitive to A for catalyst, B for inhibitors, C for competitors, D all of these. So, which one is the correct answer they have asked? So, the correct answer for question number 16 it is carriers proteins in the membranes are sensitive to. That is the option B for inhibitors. So therefore option B is the correct answer for question number 16. Next is question number 17. So membrane proteins are not helpful in option A active transport or option B facilitated diffusion, option C passive transport or option D simple diffusion. In fourth of these, which for which membrane proteins are not helpful, they have asked in the question. So therefore the correct answer for question number 17 is option D simple diffusion. So membrane proteins are not helpful in simple diffusion is the correct answer for question number is correct answer for question number 17. So next question number 18. What is incorrect for carrier proteins? They only transport negative ions across the member, or B they transport all the types of ions across the member, or they transport only selected solutes across the member, or they transport only positive ions across the member. So which one is the correct answer you have to say? So, therefore, the correct answer for question number 18 is option C. They transport only selected solids across the membrane. Next, question number 19. Which part of the plant cell contains 75% of water? So, in the starting element, will it be mitochondria, nucleus, cytoplasm, or nucleolites? So, the correct answer for question. So, the correct answer for question number 19. Which part of the plant cell contains 75% of water? It is option C. Cytoplasm contains 75% of water. Next question number 20. In the cytoplasm of the plant cell, what is the percentage of dry matter excluding water? Option A 75% or option B 25%, option C 52% or option D 57%. So the correct answer for question number 20 is option B. So therefore in the cytoplasm of the plant cells, 25% of the dry water which does excluding of water. Next question number 21. So if we come to next question number 20. So if we come to question number 21, they have asked which plant has more than 92% of water content. Will it a trapa or mustard or maize or watermelon? Which one they have asked? So the plants that has more than 92% of water content is option D, that is watermelon. Okay, so these are the starting basic topics on that questions, CT need questions. Okay, so after this, now we have to come to next topic, that is water potential and osmosis. So First, let us know what is this water potential and what is osmosis. Then we'll start about this topic. The Neet CT or J questions. The potential energy of water. The potential energy that are present in the water is called the water potential, and it is represented by the Greek symbol, that is psi, or like this, that you can see. So the water potential of any solution is represented by its three components. So it's represented by the three components of the water potential of any solution. It can be represented by with the help of three components. One is solute potential and the amount of water potential. Next is pressure potential of water, and for third one is gravitational components. It depends on water mass in plant cells is generally ignored. So next is osmosis. When two solutions of unequal concentrations are separated by semi-permeable membrane, the solvent or the water diffuses from dilute solution towards concentrated solution, and this process is called as osmosis. So a parchment paper, that is frogs, urinary bladder, or any egg membrane from hence egg or semi-permeable membranes. So the pressure at which the entry of water across the semi-permeable membrane stops, that we call it as osmotic pressure. Okay, it is called as osmotic pressure. So now the water potential in the leaves of Bradyscantia can be measured by. So the formula now we learned their potential formula that you have to see here. So here you have to see. So I cannot explain that how. So only formula you have to see. In this, which one is the correct answer? You have to reply. So therefore, the correct answer for question number 22, the water potential in the leaves of the Transcantia can be measured by. That is option C. Is the correct answer for question number 22. Next, let us come to question number 23. So the potential energy of water means A. Kinetic energy, B. Water potential, C. Mechanical energy, D. Chemical energy. So in this question number 23, which one is the correct answer for potential energy of the water means, which one is the correct answer? So we have to tell.
Hawan Kumar MT.
So next question is, which factor does not affect the water potential? Option A, pressure. Option B, concentration. Option C, transpiration. Option D, gravitational pull. So, therefore, for 24, the correct answer is transpiration. So, therefore, transpiration factor does not affect the water potential. Next is 25th question. They have asked, what is the unit for measuring water potential? So, what is the unit that we use to measure the water potential? Will we use the unit density, Pascal, meter, hydrostatic pressure? Which unit will use? So, therefore, the unit that we use to measuring the water potential is Pascal. So, therefore, option B is the correct answer for question number 25. Now, let us come to our next question, that is 26. If potential water potential of solution in a cell decreases, then water enters the cell, or water goes out of the cell, or water remains stable. No inward or outward movement of water. Which one is the correct answer for question number 26? You have to tell. So therefore, the correct answer for option question number 26 is, if option A, water enters the cell. So if the water potential of solution in a cell decreases, then water it will start to enter into the cell. Now let us come to our next question, that is question number 27. In the chemical context, water potential means, what does water potential means in the chemical context? When it means physical potential, concentrational potential, biological potential, or chemical potential. So in four of these, water potential means what? They have asked you in this question number 27. So you have to answer. Let us see what will be the answer. First you try to answer. So the correct answer for question number 27. So in the chemical context, water potential, it means the chemical potential. So therefore, the correct answer for question number 27 is option D, the chemical potential. Okay, so now let us come to question number 28. Here they have asked if the concentration of solutes increases in a cell, then the value of dash decreases. Value of water potential G decrease, water potential S, water potential P or W. Which one decreases this symbol? As you know, water potential symbol T. So which one it decreases? They have asked in the which value decreases? They have asked in the question. So you have to tell the answer. So for question number 28, the correct answer is option B, water potential S. So if the concentration of a solute increases in a cell, then the value of water potential S also decreases. So therefore option B is the correct answer for question number 28. So now let us come to our next question, that is question number 29. So here they asked what is Turger pressure means. What is Turger pressure means dash positive value of potential the water potential S, or negative value of water potential P, or positive value of water potential P and or negative value of water potential S. So which one is the correct answer for question number 29? You have to tell. So your time starts now. So the correct answer for question number 29 is option C, positive value of potential difference will be P. So therefore the Turger pressure means the positive value of potential water potential P. Next, let us come to our next question, that is question number 30. Here they have asked with the respect of water potential, the components depend on the bulk of water is the water potential S, or water potential P, or water potential S, or water potential W. Which one they have asked? So for this, your time starts now. So therefore, option E is the correct answer for question number 30. That is potential difference. Yes. So with respect of water potential, the component dependent on the bulk of water is the water potential S. Next, let us come to our next question. That is question number 31. Water potential of pure water is. So what is the water potential of pure water? They have asked in this question number 31. So the water potential of pure water is, will it be 100, 10, 0 or 1? So which one is the correct answer you have to tell in this question. So your time for this question starts now. So correct answer for question number 31 is, so the option C. So therefore water potential of pure water is will be 0. So therefore 0 is the correct answer for question number 31. Now let's come to our next question, that is question number 32. So at which hydro so at which hydrostatic pressure does the water potential decreases? When the value of water potential is P is positive, or when the value of water potential P is constant, or when the value of water potential S is positive, or when the value of water potential P is negative. Which of these the water hydrostatic potential does the water potential decreases? So the correct answer for question number 32 is option D. So therefore, when the value of water potential P is negative, the higher water potential decreases. So therefore, option D is the correct answer for question number 32. Now let us come to our next question, that is question number 33. By which process the root hair of plants absorb water from soil? A. Diffusion. B. Osmosis. C. Inhibition. D. Absorption. So let's see what will be your answer. So the correct answer for question number 3. The by which process the root hair of the plant absorb water from the soil is option B. From osmosis. By the process of osmosis, the root hair of the plant absorb water from the soil is the correct answer for question number 33. Next, if we come to question number 34, in all living organisms, the following acts as a barriers. In all living organisms, in the following, which acts as barrier? They have asked a cell wall, nuclear membrane, plasma membrane, or all of these acts as the cell acts as the barrier for in this all the living organism. So the correct answer for question number 34 is option A, the cell wall. So the cell wall acts as the barrier, as you know, for any living organisms, small living organisms, microorganisms. The cell wall acts as the barriers. So under what circumstances does osmosis stop? When the concentration of both the solid becomes equal, or when the concentration of both the solvents becomes equal, or when the concentration of both the solutions becomes equal, or in none of these the circumstances does osmosis stop. So the correct answer for question number 35 is option B. When concentration of both the solvent becomes equal, when the concentration of both the solvent becomes equal, under these circumstances, the osmosis stops. Under these circumstances, the osmosis stops. Next, question number 36. The pressure at which the entry of water molecules is prevented across a semi-permeable membrane is called as the Turger pressure, root pressure, osmotic pressure, or we say it as diffusion pressure. So, the pressure at which the entry of water molecule is prevented across the semi-permeable membranes, this pressure, what we call that pressure? We call it as Turger pressure, or root pressure, or osmotic pressure, or diffusion pressure. So you have to try to answer first. You try to answer, then I will say the correct answer for this question number 36. So the correct answer for question number 36 is the pressure at which the entry is prevent across the simple membrane. We call it as osmotic pressure. So here the topics from water potential and some other information from there. The top on that topic need city questions are over. Now let us go ahead again towards our next topic. The next topic is plasmolysis, imbibition, and long distance transport of water. Now, I will first explain these topics, then we will see what all the need CT questions they can ask on. They will, I cannot say that they will ask this question only, but I will make little bit give you how the questions will be on these topics. Now, in this, the first one is hypertonic solution. So, if external solution is more concentrated than cytoplasm, then we call it as hypertonic solution. Next is hypotonic solution. So, if external solution is less concentrated, then it is called as hypotonic solution. Okay, so when external solution is more concentrated than cytoplasm, then we call it as hypertonic. If it is less concentrated, then we call it as hypotonic. This is the simple way you can remember. And isotonic solution, the isotonic means if external pressure having it, if it has equal concentration, then the internal solution is said to be isotonic. So the now here in if it has external solution has more than cytoplasm, then we call it as hypotonic. Less if it has, then we say it as hypotonic. Okay, more if it is, then we say it as hypertonic. In isotonic, if it will be equal concentration and it will be internal solution, it will, we say it as the internal solution. External solution we do not say because external solution does not come here. No, plasmolysis. So when living plant cells are kept in salt water solution, so when a living plant cell that is still living, if we keep that cell in water solution, water moves out of the cell and the plasma membrane gets separated from the cell wall and shrinks, and the plasma membrane that gets separated from the cell wall and it starts shrinking shit and it shrinks. Such a cell that starts shrinks, we call it as plasmo plasmolysed cell, and the event is called as plasmolysis. If such a cell is put back in hypotonic solution, there can be a reversal of the above events, and this is called as deplasmolysis. So if it happens reverse, then we say it as deplasmolysis. Okay. Now you learn plasmolysis. Now in inhibition, sorry, imbibitation. Sorry. So any colloidal system absorbs a large amount of water from its surrounding. If it any colloidal system that absorbs a large amount of water from its surrounding, then we call it as imbibitation. Starch, glucose, proteins, and gum do this and swell as result. And imbibitation pressure develops due to imbibition, and this causes the germination of seeds. So